Hey, welcome to Morning Jams on the Porch with Stephen Leake. I'm Stephen. It's August 3rd, Sunday, 2025. Thanks for being here. It's a beautiful day. It's a little bit damp. It looks like it just like it's about to rain, and it's still a beautiful day. I went to Amelie's this morning. Got some coffee with Charlie, and it was nice. Not too many people are out on the road or Sunday morning before, say around like 6, 7 o'clock. So I had the place to myself. About a week ago, I was at Amelie's and went to the bathroom and kind of just and then went to the counter. And I was about to order, and this guy came up to me, and apparently I had just broken in front of him in line, but he was the only other person standing there, and he was way the hell back near the door, and I didn't even see the guy. He like tried to lecture me in front of everybody, and I was like, I kind of like lost my shit and like cussed him out. But I don't ever do shit like that, so I don't know. I don't know what that means, but I kind of made an ass of myself. But he made an ass of himself, but I still shouldn't have done that. Like it was just we were the only two people in the entire restaurant almost, and like he could have just like if it was that big of a deal, he could have just asked me nicely. But he tried to embarrass me in front of like everybody, and so I don't know. I shouldn't have yelled at him, but like still, you can't just go up to random people out in public and like get in their face. Like you can't just get in another grown man's face and start like telling them off. Like it's you can't do that nowadays. Like the climate is too polarized. It's too charged. There's too much tension. Everybody's too jacked up and crazy to do that. Anyway, we really have to try hard to be nicer to people. I'm including myself in that. Anyway, my cat's right here. He's a porch cat. I got his name's Benji. I got him from one of my ex-girlfriends who lived with me. It was her cat when I met her. And he's been good. He's been with me for like 7 years now. It seems like a lifetime ago. I dated that woman for a couple of years, and we broke up right after COVID started, like right after it happened. And a lot of people, COVID caused a lot of divorces, and like I was just a casualty of that. But anyway, so did Donald Trump. It's kind of a sign of the times, I suppose. But I do want to say, like, I it's been about a year since I got fired from my job at a restaurant here in my hometown, and I was kind of just washing dishes at the time, and but I'm also on disability, so sometimes if I don't sleep, I can't work. I just can't. Like even if I wanted to, I couldn't. And I did that one too many times, which was still not a lot, and they fired me, and like I don't know. I was like, screw this. Like, I'm gonna go for it. I'm not gonna bust my ass at a minimum wage job. I'm just gonna like if I'm just gonna get fired for it. So I decided then about a year ago that I was gonna do whatever I could to like play music and write songs and stuff like that, and be creative, go for it. And I've already kind of done that with poetry, but I decided to do that lean into it even more, and actually put music to my poetry. And did that, and then did a podcast, and then did more stuff. And now I'm doing radio, podcasts, and I'm just adding stuff. So in this show, obviously. So I'm just looking for more stuff. And since March, it's like 5 months. I've just been doing shit like this almost every day. I've been in a creative flourish, and it's been really fun. I really don't want it to stop. I kind of want to keep going even harder because I spent like 10 years basically holed up in my parents' house, and in like the apartment I grew up in, or since I was a teenager, and like didn't have a car. because I had a DUI when I was really young and just never got it back until very recently. So I just spent 10 years not going anywhere, and I spent that time just writing. That's all I really could do. That's all I could really afford to do. I got really good at it. And I'm getting published this August. There's a book coming out, North Carolina Bards Anthology 2025. I've been in this particular anthology for 3 other years, the past 3 years, and I'm really happy that they accepted my poem this year. It's called Winged Victory, and I make a point to make it to the readings. I've got the dates. I just don't have it on me on my phone. And I'm gonna say when that is, and I would love for people to come out to support me, because this only happens once a year, and it's not guaranteed. I'm not ever guaranteed to be in it. You know, I have to like win. So this is very cool. This is like a special thing for me. And I've still got to like go get a bottle of champagne and celebrate. You know, good Connecticut cigar. And it's something I look forward to every year. It's like I don't know. It's just a tradition I kind of started. And one year, I think it was last year, I wasn't able to make it because I was working. But this year, it's been almost a year, and I'm self-employed now, and I'm almost making enough to where I'm making not almost, but like enough where it makes a difference. Where I don't want to work doing manual shit. You know, so life is good. You know, sometimes you get fired. You think it's like, how can life get worse? I got fired for being a dishwasher, and then a year later, you've got, you know, you're getting published, you've got albums out, shit like that. So I mean, never give up. You use those down moments, use those bottoms as motivation to just claw your way out of it. If you don't have anybody in your life that's supportive, I'll be a cheerleader. Okay, go listen to my stuff, and I'll make a point to write like uplifting stuff, because, you know, I never had a ton of friends. I had a couple, you know, that was, and nobody that I really hung out with regularly except for maybe one guy. And people would come into my life, and then after a little while, maybe 6 months, a year, I'd never see him again, never talk to him again. And that's kind of how it has been over and over for a long time, except for maybe a handful of people. And the friends that have made a point to stay in my life, I really love dearly. Even ones I don't talk to very much, I still love them deeply. If I've ever known you, if we were ever close, I'm always going to love you. And that's just how I am. Alright, let's play some music. Play for real. there's too much on my mind to play right now. I'm thinking about I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like a Tamakine or something like that, a guitar. And it's supposed to be like one of the top guitars for acoustic, electric stage performance that the like touring musicians prefer. I found one at a guitar shop near where I get coffee near Amelie's, the place I always go for to get coffee on Sunday. But it's $800, which is better than like a Martin or a Taylor. But still, that might as well be $1 million. You know, I could get like $20 a day. So we'll see. I'm gonna have to do some finagling something or wrangling up some. I gotta sell something. I've got a Vespa. It's a 1974 cream puff Vespa with like 60 miles on it, and I'm looking to sell it. The Kelly Blue Book put it at between 18 and 20K, but I'm willing to let go of it for like 15, 16K. So if you're a collector, you want to buy a motorcycle from a 1974 motorcycle, a Vespa with like hardly any miles at all on it, less than 100 miles. Contact me through StephenLeake.com, my contact form on my website, and I'll be glad to show it to you. I have a podcast called Musings of a Cigarette Smoking Man. It's available at Spotify and wherever you get your podcasts. And I'm also got a new site called MusingsOfACigaretteSmokingMan.com that I'm going to put up. I'm in the process of putting up. Then I also have StephenLeake.com and StephenLeakeMusic.com. And then I also have MonarchSovereignSystems.com and then MonarchLiterary.com. And that's like a constellation of my businesses and shit. I do a ton of different projects, so I'm constantly juggling shit. But I prefer being busy and having too much to do as opposed to just laying around all day. Because I did that for 10 years and it sucked ass. It wasn't because I wanted to, I just was depressed. Like if you've ever had clinical major depression to where you just don't want to get out of bed for a long time, that shit's terrible. But I finally got not want to say cured, but I got recovered from it. It's not something that has to last forever. You know, so many people go through periods of depression or drug addiction, or it's bipolar, or it's one thing or another, some kind of shit. I don't know hardly anybody that's just gotten through life clean or made it to 40 without some shit. But I mean, I'm a total freak, man. But it can be a good thing. You know, you can turn trauma and shit and stuff that's bad that happens into talent and into a story. You can be interesting, and it's it builds character. I think that when you go through stuff, it doesn't have to be dramatic, stuff that would fill a book, because it can be kind of anything. Anybody's just getting through life, just making it to 40 for anybody really. You're gonna have an awesome story to tell if you just think about your life. And not enough people are as open as they should be with their friends. You should be able to have just say whatever's on your mind. I think to your closest confidants and friends. And so many people kind of live in a glass case. I can't live like that. I've got to say what I feel like. I've got to express myself and communicate and be intimate and stuff. I can't exist otherwise. Maybe it's autism or something. I don't even know. But I can't be I can't hide shit. Really, it makes me feel so shitty. That's a super sensitive conscious, and that would drive me insane. But life is too short to go through life being too scared of what other people think to put yourself out there. Because I've always been kind of shy. I mean, I was always good at sports, but I always was able to put sports in a different kind of category from the rest of life. That's kind of what I do here. I'm kind of a shy person, really. I mean, I've had to force myself to talk and open up and to be a kind of a public voice and thought leader and things like that. But I'm not naturally a spotlight kind of person. I've had to work on it, and I go about it like an athlete would. It's something. It's a skill that I learned. It's not naturally what I'm good at. I'm good at writing, and I'm good at writing songs and doing stuff like that. And I waited till I was like almost 40 to be a front man kind of personality, whatever. And that's because I'm like very introverted. I've had to work really hard to like push that out. Anyway, but it's been kind of liberating. I've kind of always been. When I was in high school or whatever, I was very like straight laced and clean cut and all that kind of stuff. And then I kind of went the opposite right after in college, and I've kind of just gone back and forth between that. And then I said my senior year of high school, I kind of discovered literature and writing and art and stuff. I really dove into that because it was really awesome and fun. I was good at it, and that's what I've been doing since high school is writing, going on adventures, and playing music, all kind of shit. I've played music before in a band, in high school, at the end of high school, and right after, in college and stuff. But I was a drummer. I played guitar too, but I was mainly a drummer. That's what I was best at. And the way I got into writing poetry was I was a drummer with my high school band, and my guitarist I had really good chemistry with. We were awesome together. And it was me and a guy named Jonathan Blackwell, who was my guitarist. Me and him had good chemistry. And Jonathan's cousin, a guy named Albert, was our singer and bassist. And Albert, our singer, he wrote decent songs. Like they were okay. They were pretty good. Like people liked them, and we won our Battle of the Bands in high school 2 years in a row. Anyway, he went to a concert in Atlanta and did shrooms, and like kind of went Sid Barrett. We kind of went out in the left field. He kind of quit playing with us. So me and Jonathan were left to just write our own shit, write new stuff. We weren't that good at it, but it took both of us into the world of poetry. And I think Jonathan still writes too. I just don't really hear from him that much because he's got kids and shit. It was never something I wanted to do. I wanted to go for it. And if Jonathan would have gone for professional musicianship with me, we could have a long time ago gotten as much. We could have done it for a living. But that's not what he wanted. Which I'm not going to force somebody to do what they don't want to do anyway. But I am doing it now. It's all because I got fired from being a dishwasher. That shit embarrassed the shit out of me. So I was like, I'm not going to torture myself in some dead end shit and not go for it. I'm gonna go try to be this. I'm gonna try to be a singer, songwriter, whatever. And like I said, I'm not terrible at it. That's the thing. I've got like 1,600 streams. It's only been a couple months on one song. So, and I've had songs from my old band up for like 5 years, and things barely has like 10 plays. So that's something, I know touring professional musicians that have just as many or even less followers on Spotify than I do. It's crazy. It's very counterintuitive. Counterintuitive. You can be really good. You can be a super good guitarist, but that doesn't necessarily translate to followers. And like some of the stupidest shit you can imagine has like a million followers. It just be like some catchy earworm, like internet song. It'll be off the chart. So you can't really take the metrics themselves as like proof that this or that. Anyway, I'm having to learn like social media and stuff like that. It's just what it is. It's storytelling and knowing people. And I'm good at storytelling, I guess. But it's a lot of work. It's a grind. But it's fun too. I just don't really think of myself. I just kind of throw shit out there, and that's how you keep from going nuts. There's a restaurant, kind of bar restaurant place in Rock Hill, South Carolina, where I live. It's called a Court something, Vine Court. I don't know. It's on Hurlong Avenue, and I'm gonna go play there coming up next week, and I'll show y'all. I'm gonna record it. Have somebody record a little bit of it and post it. But I'm gonna be playing there. Just kind of get my feet wet. If you want to go come hang out and support, you're more than welcome to. I'm sure they love the business. I don't know what kind of brand it is. I think it's just a generic brand. And that kind of suits me fine for now. But if I am going to start touring, I am going to get that Japanese guitar to play on stage. So I'm not a total jackass. Like, I do want to have good tools to work with. And like, for just fucking around, a generic guitar is fine. But like, I take that, like, if I'm gonna work hard to get good at something, I don't want to I want to use the best I can get. It doesn't mean having like $1,000 whatever, but you know, like a guitar is like what I do. And specifically for stage performance, that's the best thing. It's reasonably priced. I'm gonna get it if I can. It's the whole reason I'm working. I'm still working on that. Like, I'm gonna have to ask, make a poll or something, just to get people's feedback. If I should get a good guitar that would make it sound good, or like be a Kurt Cobain about it. Just get a shitty one no matter what. I'm not really so much for punk. I actually want to make good shit. Not to dish on punk, but they're not. You don't play punk for musicianship. That's not why you would be a punk rocker. And I'm not necessarily that great either. I'm slow and sloppy, but I'm trying to get better. Let me see. I've got my podcast, Musings of a Cigarette Smoking Man. I'm recording a new episode tomorrow, Monday, the 4th, August 4th. So tomorrow, come check me out, and go to StephenLeake.com and download the latest podcast. You can always post on my comments stuff you want me to cover as far as topics for my podcast. Or anything really, I don't care. And I've got a website, Monarch Sovereign Systems. It has an online forum where you can talk about, it's a crypto mining service and a survivalist off-grid service that we build solar panels, water systems, all that kind of stuff. And you can post whatever kind of libertarian survivalist stuff you want to talk about. I also have it on an online forum on StephenLeake.com. It's meant to be a free speech zone where you can talk about anything that isn't overtly hateful or illegal. And I'm going to leave it up. But check it out. There's also StephenLeakeMusic.com and MonarchLiterary.com. Anyway, thanks for hanging out today. It's been fun. My head's not in the right place to be playing a bunch of music right now. So I'm thinking too much about business stuff and what I want to do. So I'm going to go do that. But give my podcast a listen. And thanks for hanging out again. If if you want more politics, you want to hear me rant more, go to Stephen Leake Radio. It's StephenLeake.com. There will soon be a mobile app for it. Anyway, have a good rest of your Sunday. Take care.